Hello and welcome to another episode of Reality Inspired with Ashley Inspyrz. I know I kind of do these a little ratchet, just kind of I really just kind of get like a little message and it's like film. I'm like, okay, let's do that. So here we are now. I wanted to discuss the insidiousness of the mind and the slow and subtle energy leakages that occur in our human form. The way to identify this is checking in with your thoughts. When a thought comes in, kind of stop it and say, listen, what does this feel like? Like the things you got to get done, taxes. What does this feel like? This feels like tedium, like just obnoxious. Why so much paperwork? I gotta identify so much stuff. I gotta look in old transactions. It's a lot to do. Then you have the other things of maybe an emotional distress, a little break in a relationship, and maybe that's like a longing, you broke up, or they said that thing to me today and that didn't feel really good, or it's makes me so mad, but you're like, I'm fine, everything's fine, we're fine here, everything's fine. When in fact, it's not fine, because shit gets hard. And I feel the more meaningful and sincere you're asking the questions, the more excavating you're gonna have to do. You're constantly going to be coming up against your next edge. What is your next edge? Where are you going next? And when you press up against that, sometimes the force, if maybe you're not in complete alignment, it is going to be disruptive. It's going to disrupt your system. It's going to disrupt you. It shows up like hurting yourself, like dropping your phone, now videoing us, on your second toe on your right foot, and ow, like I was like I had the tripod in my hand. I was like, I'm gonna film something, and I was like, ow, and then I was like, I can't do this, and then I was like, oh, let's film this. Ow. Ow. So there is a video of that somewhere now, of the pain I was in. And I also ran full speed into a bench at the foot of the bed, and I'm house sitting, so I was walking in the dark and I thought I was clear. I thought I cleared that thing, and I walked full speed into it. I have a little cut on my knee now too. So, and then I got a parking ticket yesterday. Like, so silly, so stupid. I knew. It's almost like I read the sign and parked there anyway. But that's not what happened. I got home from work. I was like, thought it was in the morning, but it ended. This was the 3 to 5 side. Got me. There's one side that's the morning and one side that's 3 to 5. And I heard, oh, and I was like, shit, like I knew. It's somewhere I knew. And I swear the little parking guy, that thing is quick, and he was just like, pew! And I was like, that's, and seeing, so you hurt yourself. Those are symptoms of that. And then you get catastrophes like a leak in your shower, in the tile grout, that is just slowly seeping through without anyone knowing. It's invisible. It's secret. It's quiet. It's insidious. Yes, it is. Check this out. Oh my gosh. It's a bright light. There's a bright light. You like a bright light? Here, we're gonna have to mess this up for a second. I'm so sorry. Rude. Amateur stuff, man. I'm just an amateur. Too warm? You know what I usually do is, that's red. I like red. Oh, let's go with red. So, by the fire, it's getting hot. But it's cool because it's ambiance, man. That's why I did it. That's why we're set up next to the fireplace, is because I wanted some ambiance. And this is as close as we can get without totally frying up like a crispy. So, leaking through the grout. Coincidentally, I'm tinkering around my house. I'm naked. But naked. I just got back from the gym and I stripped down because I don't like wearing my sweaty clothes around. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna jump in the shower. And I was like, this drawer won't close. So I'm just getting down in there and I'm like, it won't close. What is going on? And so it's a very tiny space I live in. It's a beautiful temple. You know, those temples are built small. So then I've got like my naked butt on the refrigerator, and then I push into the cabinet because I gotta give space so I can pull this drawer out. And I pull this drawer out and I'm like, oh, what's going on here? I'm like, oh, it's kind of unorganized. So then I go and organize these drawers. Then they need to be like cleaned a little bit. So I clean them and I'm like, boom, boom, boom. Yay, they close. Now let's put it back in the corner. And I look at the corner, still butt naked. And I look at the corner and I just see like the floorboard is like buckled up off of the wood floor. And the wood floor is like looking soft. So I take a couple pictures and I'm like, that's bizarre. And then there's like a dent in the floor. I'm like, how is there a dent in this floor? There's no way. I don't know what would have put a dent here. And I push my fingers in it and I look at my fingers and it's like coffee grounds on my fingertips. Like, oh, that's not good. It's like, is this dirt? Like, what is this? I mean, it's not dirt. It's this disintegration of the wood floors. So took some pictures, sent them to her the next day because it's like 11 o'clock at night now, maybe later. I'm still naked. It's been like an hour or two since I got back from the gym. Still just taking care of business. And I put it back in there because otherwise it's just clutter if I don't, in the middle of the room. So put it back there, called her. Anyway, the subfloor is destroyed. They needed to dry it. So they started that on Saturday and demo. So rip up the bathroom, the kitchen, and the floors. And they found out that there's actually another leak on the back of the wall that from the irrigation system from outside was coming through the wall. So it's a converted garage. And on the cement pad that my house is built on is also cracked now. So they're going to go deep into this house and I'm relay the cement and rebuild from the floor up. And I say all that to transition into what I wanted this episode to be about. And if you enjoy it, please like and share and comment and subscribe and comment. Like, let's be friends. As long as you're not fucking weird, okay? Just don't be weird. Be cool. Just be cool. So I am looking at my foundation, this temple. What is it that Ashley Inspyrz is feeling? Where is she more than just what she's feeling? But like, I got the ticket. Dropped my phone on my toe. I keep wanting to say I stubbed it, but I did not. Like, my phone dropped on it. I ran into that table. I have to move out of my spot. I have to pack everything up. I have to get a storage unit. I have to move someplace else. And house sitting has been amazing, but they come back in a few days. So I will be moving to a new spot, and I don't know what that space looks like yet. And probably because I haven't gotten super clear on it yet. But we can dream that up. What is possible? So I want to write, like, no way, I'm not going to get the spot to myself. I'm going to get the spot. I want the spot to myself, or the next best option. I want the comfort that I've had here has been incredible. I want it to be comfortable. I want to feel held. I want to feel taken care of. I want to feel nourished. I don't want to feel like I'm sleeping on couches. I don't want to feel disjointed at all. I want to feel like I'm getting rest. I want to feel really nurtured. So that's what I'm calling it. Let's get that in 6 days. Time doesn't matter. We want it. We want it now. So it is. I have it. It's my spot where I feel nourished and taken care of. So now the foundation is where your energy leakages are, like the taxes, right? So circling back to that, like the taxes, like the emotions that we have for other people. And in that, I've been observing in myself, I've been seeing that aspect of my personality. Yes. Of my body. Yeah, person, the thing, a bit of my identity. And seeing how they are both, they're informing me of a loop. It's a loop, and it's repetitive in nature, and so it's creating neural pathways, deep grooves that are reminding you of it. And so your energy is now sinking beneath the groove and allowing it's allowing it to get stuck in the minutia. Sorry, I was like, had a million things going on in my head at that moment. I was like, what am I gonna say? And who's gonna say it? So it's dripping down, it's energy leakages. Now it's cracking your foundation. Foundation is your identity. Foundation is your support, is what you're building off of, is your holding environment. And if you have this holding environment that is just reminding you of these negative emotions, negative thought patterns, outdated belief systems, whatever you want to call it, I'm just going to I love them, but I feel like the glare might be crazy and I really don't need to see. So, and which then I'm like, I should just be flipping the camera around so it's better quality. Anyway, for another time. This is what it's like in my life. My thoughts. Pew, 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 pew. So, organizing, cleaning up your side of the street. Like the new flex is a regulated nervous system and a your emotional IQ is that of understanding, processing, and flow. Understanding it, seeing it, observing it, then alchemizing it, taking ownership of it, looking at it, seeing it, saying, oh, I see you. I see where you are putting my emotions and you're making me feel a type of way, grief, guilt, shame, sorrow, and yeah, those are the main fear. So we are feeling all that. So you're living in a constant fear. Boom, every time you have that thought. Boom, every time you have that thought. Boom, every time you have that thought. Ha, 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 ha. That's what it feels like. It's very subtle and insidious. Like I'm saying, the light's better over here. But it's so dang hot. Yes, it is. What is it? Is it? Look, it's so dang hot, but it's hot. The insidium. The insidium. Where do we want to go from there? We're rebuilding our foundation. Rebuilding our foundation from the roots. Time to excavate, to pull out the dead roots, to take responsibility, to have the discipline. I definitely feel like I'm seeing that, my discipline. I am not very well disciplined. No. And I would say I am more of a submissive lover. Like I like to be commanded. I'm an actress. I like to be directed. I like when I am being told what to do. But so then I was just watching and I didn't finish it because I was like, bah. Kinds of Kindness I was watching, and it's really bizarre. I was like, this is too weird. I don't real slow paced, but again, you're watching like Jesse Plemons, Margaret Qualley, Willem Dafoe, and Emma Stone. And this man was like telling them everything they could do. You're gonna drink this, eat this, did that. And I was just like, what is this? I don't get it. And like kinds of kindness. Kinds of kindness. And so yeah, I think there's definitely a deeper meaning because of course it's Yorgos Lanthimos, who is a brilliant, brilliant director, and I dream of one day working with him because he did The Favorite and Poor Things, and the deeper meaning behind the projects he chooses and his way of directing is really beautiful. And I know he likes to improv, and he likes to play the games and get the actors to connect and get close. So I think it's really, really beautiful. So working with him would be a dream. So bringing that up, I'm saying that it's like when you're being told what to do, it's like you just want to obey the rules, obey the rules. But then when you're a little lawless, because you may be a little neurodivergent, you may have a little ADHD, you may, have belief systems that are sabotaging you. So you find yourself on this repetitive cycle of unending doom is what wants to come out, but it's subtle. It's subtle. It's just, oh, the thing you didn't get done. That time in the 3rd grade when you pulled that chair out from that person. Oh, that time you stole that thing. What do we call that? The guilty conscious. So if the guilty conscious is in a loop of guilt, shame, fear, lack, limitation, of something, of you not being enough, of you feeling something other than either a neutrality or a positive. Neutrality is a great place to be when it comes to that stuff. When you can energetically attune yourself to feel into that vibrational frequency that is in alignment with the next best feeling, what feels better than this? It would feel better if I gave myself a plan. It would feel better if I didn't make myself feel so bad about it. It would make myself feel better if I didn't think about it all the time. It would make myself feel better if I just understood that this is life and I'm on my own timeline, and I understand I see that this is an issue that is finding itself repetitive, and I would like to resolve this, and maybe just ask for a resolution. And this is so beautiful that this is coming out of, I would say this is Cosmic Mistress. Yes, you're getting a chat with Ashley, Inspyrz, and the Cosmic Mistress. And getting back into the Cosmic Mistress channel. The cats are moving around. Okay, so maybe we're just gonna change direction on that. Oh yes, attuning, alchemizing, neutralizing the heightened fear, guilt, shame cycle. When we do that, that's going to look like feeling into the next best thing. You have to be ease and effortlessness. What you resist persists. And so when that wave rolls into that thought form and you're like, you see what I mean? You're like, no, you're not gonna get me. When you could call it into your conscious mind, call it up, ask it to show up, and ask it what it wants. What do you want with me? And it's going to be really personal, because there's probably many people that don't know this about you, that don't know that these are the thoughts, boom, that are crashing, boom, against your shores. If you take your power back from it, from that emotion, from that negative belief about the something, your interpretation of something, when it just is, everything in your life just is. You just got a parking ticket. You just banged your toe, dropped a phone on your toe and banged your knee. It just is. Because what you manifested, because you're always manifesting, you're always asking for the next thing, wasn't in alignment. And so maybe that's why you're taking action and you're not complete, or you're in inaction, or maybe it's telling you that you need inaction to slow down. I definitely feel that way. So running into stuff, slow down. Got a park ticket because I was like 10 feet in front of me. And like I said, I feel like I read the sign and was like, yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. When like it, you know, to be honest, right now people are like, how are you? And I'm like, I've been better. This is kind of sucky, but it's okay. I'm fine. I'm alive. I'm comfortable. I'm tuning into you from this beautiful house in Santa Monica. It is amazing. Where will I be next week? I have no idea. So I get to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. Comfortable in the uncomfortable. And whilst being comfortable in the uncomfortable, I am finding more discipline. Yes, you are. It's like, not really. I'm never doing enough for my inner critic. Never doing enough. So I've been making a habit of making lists that I got the thing done. I filmed a video. I posted content. I put content in files today. I talked to so-and-so. I organized this. I figured this out. You know, I have to do that for myself. Otherwise, now it's just like, no, you don't. You just have to trust that what you're doing is enough. You don't. What you're doing is enough. It just is. If you want to do it different, then do it different. You need a different habit, a different belief to do it different. You need really, right now what's coming, it's like, it's a different habit. Because I can talk about the BS all day. If I don't sit with it, contemplate it for a minute in stillness, it's probably just going to keep on keeping on. It's going to keep on creeping right in the background. Cracks of the walls. Down into the floorboards. Giving you a little root rot. And when you find that rotten root, you gotta pull it out. You gotta get rid of it. So, the rotten root, yuck. And I think about where I would parent myself. I like snacks. They can be sweet ones. They can be sugary ones. I tend to go more natural sugar. I'm a very clean eater. But I will eat a yogurt. I will eat a cookie. It's a very clean cookie. I will want a bit of chocolate or a nectarine or something. And so I have this cycle around snacking where I'm thinking, if I was a child and I went, Mommy, can I have this cookie? I, as mommy, would say, no, you cannot have that cookie. It is 4 p.m. on a Tuesday. That is going to skyrocket your sugar level and drop you right down. And I don't want to deal with that. That's what I was saying to my child. Me? No, it's cookie gum. And then I watch Circus Bite, and then I watch my crush. Whoa. I'm like, where's somebody telling me it's wrong? Who's running this show? Oh, it's you up there, or down there, or over there. Oh, hey, you're everywhere. You're the creator of all of this. You have manifested all of this. You're not getting enough sleep. You're not sleeping. You got to put yourself to bed sooner. You got to do it. Just got to put yourself to bed. Speaking of. Also, I was him and in Holland doing this. I was like, oh, I'll go on. It's too much work. I gotta set up the camera and the thing. And then I was like, oh, I'll just do it in my comfy clothes. And I was like, bitch, witch, please. You want to do this stuff, show up. Look good. So put a little makeup on and put some earrings in. Because I'm a witchy bitch, yo. I'm your cosmic mistress. And I'm just here to guide you on this quest through the quantum reality of consciousness. I'm going to share a quick story. Client today, she told me a couple of really interesting things today. She said, I was cuddling with my daughter last night, and she said, I got a text message. She said, I'm cuddling with my daughter, and she says, okay, I know I'm here, and I know that, like, one day I'll have a child, but where's that child now? I was like, she is a quantum physicist. She lives in the quantum. That's amazing. That is really, really cool. And I love that thought. Because everything we need is existing simultaneously. My assumption is it's 10 p.m. now. I can feel I'm like, oh, I want to watch the movie. I want to watch the show. Come on, let me watch it. And then I also hear myself being like, you have to wake up at 5 a.m., darling. Don't you want to go to bed? Yes, I do. And so we have these things. The TV. I'm an adult. Sure, 10 o'clock. I can turn it on. Watch it. For an hour. That'll be 11. Then I'm not going to bed until 12. And then I wake up at 5. That don't sound like too much fun, right? Right. So we have a little discipline. We say, TV off. Wash your face. Go lay down. And that's what kind of kindness was kind of alluding to. Was like this guy was literally telling him what to do from the moment he woke up to go to bed. And to have the discipline to take action, rework your foundation, which is going to mean you're going to have to die to everything you thought you knew about yourself. Even the cop-outs, even the distractions. I've got discipline. If I don't want that in my field, I need to be the one to say no. I'm too easy to say, oh yeah, sure, whatever. And then I was like, why haven't I was like, I could really build a lot of muscle. And I said, why have I never done that? Like, oh, because I never committed to it. And then I thought, what was the other thing? I thought, like, why is my nutrition not tight? I was like, oh, because I never commit. I do. I have. And I will tell you when that was. 2020, y'all. I know the world was hurting. I was thriving. I do really good alone in the woods. I was not alone in the woods. I was in my apartment in Mar Vista, but I was home a lot by myself. And I would go for really long walks. And I was getting my hypnotherapy certification, and I was listening to Joe Dispenza and reading his books and watching him on Gaia and listening to Regan Hillier and journaling every day, listening to a lot of satsang, the band, not sitting in satsang. And I was in great shape, and I felt good. I looked good. I enrolled in a shamanic healer's apprenticeship. Like I up leveled, and then I slowly can now see my regression. It's not as, it's different. It's because when you get out of practice, when you're not disciplined, when you don't give yourself the task, the goal, the outcome, the expectation, you're only sabotaging yourself. Because part of you wants something or is asking for something, and you're not giving it to yourself. You want to be the top of your game, the best shape of your life. You're the one making the excuses to eat the poor food, make poor food choices, and not look into your nutrition and your minerals and your supplements and make sure you're hitting all your marks. You're not having the discipline to go to the gym, to move your body, to go for the walk. You're the only person between you and the thing, the action you can take. This is definitely the cosmic mistress, because Ashley's a mess right now. But she's not. We are really looking again. Where, it's like, oh, we had shiny wood floors. Everything was so perfect. And then when you start to see these cracks in your foundation, you're like, oh, shit's not perfect. We got some work to do. Because we gotta shit with this shit. I listened to Beauty and the Beast tonight, the soundtrack. A couple songs, not the whole thing, but I was like, oh, Little Ash does believe in fairy tales. Little Ash loves Happy Ever After. Little Ash loves the Disney. Little Ash is so inspired by joy and bliss and romance and ease and peace and joy and fun and excitement and adventure and inquiry, that somewhere along the way, she also forgot. Or not so much forgot, but maybe her field got cluttered with that thing that person said and that imprint of that high emotional event that happened and that circumstance and that guilt and that shameful for even existing and that do. Oh, this is some heavy luggage, isn't it? Ah, gosh, it's breaking my back. Oh yeah, I got some epidurals. some cortisone shots. Ah, I feel better. But I'm just going to keep doing the same old shit and expect a different result. 6 months later, another cortisol shot. Cortisone. Not sure. You know what I'm saying, though? Yes, there are extenuating circumstances we cannot control or afford. That's the thing. Some of health is expensive. There's some things I would be doing if I had a few more resources. That baggage is. You've seen them all before. You've seen them before. They're like on there, on the channel. So, I don't know why I'm being so modest now. Where was I? Let's see what happens. Distraction. Ash gets distracted. We love her daily, but she gets a bit distracted. She lets herself get distracted by lots of different things. When really she just needs to sit with herself. I just tooted like a lot. I don't know if you heard that. Just a couple of crop dustings, but that one was like the one that didn't want to stop. It's dry, don't worry. I think I got truffle goat cheese. And I think that's the culprit. Because I don't know what. It feels like it's been consistent lining up from when I eat that. But I've also just been like mushrooms and broccolini and lettuce and a smoothie I had. But yeah, the lettuce wrap had the goat cheese on it. So that was also hours ago. Who knows? Anyway, moving on from my farts. Distractions. See? Did it again. Let's talk about farts. So, we're excavating. We are creating conscious conditioning 360. That is massaging these. I've got all the practices. I've got the curriculum. Now, we just need to show up and do it. Are you with me? Are you with me? We're going to show up together and we're going to get rockin' bods because we're going to transmute all the BS that's insidious and creeping all over the place and rotting our roots and doing all the things and then making the body ache. Yeah, it does that. The silly stuff, parking tickets, running into things, dropping phones on your body. And I want to also address, again, when that stuff happens, look at it. Like, I was like, ow, ouch. And then I was like, how are you, little toe? I'm so sorry. I'll give you kisses. I'm so sorry. Yes, I am. I'm talking to you. I'm so sorry, little toe. I'm so sorry. And then there's also the quantum reality where I can be like, I did nothing. That didn't happen. I have a perfectly healed toe. You're black and blue tonight, and I'm going to wake up tomorrow, and you're going to be just perfect. Yes, and my knee too, strong. But I was still able to walk and move my body today. I was even on all fours. At P-Volve, relax. And I'm happy. It was good. I got to walk there, and it was great. Didn't hurt me too bad to put me out of commission. Also super sore because I've been showing up at the gym and working out, and it feels good to pay less. It feels good to show up when I say I'm going to show up. And I will tell you right now, I need to show up on the computer tomorrow from a business. So that's where we're at. Okay. Much love to you. I'm going to sign off because, again, it's late and I'm going to go to bed, as promised. Thank you for watching Reality Inspired with Ashley Inspyrz. This has been a wonderful episode brought to you by the Cosmic Mistress and Ashley Inspyrz. So thank you for tuning in. And we'll be back with an all new one every Friday and Tuesday. May also go back and forth between Cosmic Mistress readings as well, which is right now we're reading Quadrivium. Okay. Ta-ta for now.